this time right now.
All right, we're live.
We are live, Umpetitdaka. If you want to step in, you got good enough connection. There you go.
Hopefully it's good enough. Let me turn on
Yeah, it's
that light.
fine. I've done it for the truck stop before.
Yes. But yes, unfortunately, as I was kind of speaking with our crew here, plans had to change. Plans had to change. Um, but I am very, very happy and very, very glad, and I welcome you to a good medicine way. Good medicine way. We are basically a family that supports each other, and in our growth, we help one another. But yes, I do want to apologize for us running on Indian time, but you know how these things go. But let's see. I cannot remember how it's supposed to go. Hold on. Let me see. I got a bad connection right here for my schedule here. Sorry. Hold
And
on.
we'll just go from Eshe to Joe.
Okay. Yeah, we're so Eshe will be next with directional prayer, and then do you want us to do a song after that? Since your special guest, I'm assuming, isn't with you, and then after that will be the creation insights.
Good.
I do apologize, everyone. Okay, let me continue. Let me continue just a little bit longer. Okay, so Good Medicine Way is coming to you tonight from the ancestral homelands of the Tiwa people. It is also the old stomping grounds for the Apache, the Dene, the Nuchu. Eh? But yeah, okay. So now we will be I will be handing it over to Eshe for right now. But yeah, so go ahead and if you're ready, Eshe, for the directional prayer, that would be great. If he's here.
Yeah, got you, sister. All right. Good to see everybody. I'm just gonna do the 4 directions prayer here. So it says, Creator, it is I. Thank you for today's sunrise, for the breath and life within me, and for all of your creation. Creator, hear my prayer and honor my prayer. As the day begins with the rising sun, I ask Spirit Keeper of the East to be with me. Fly high as you carry my prayers to the Creator. May I have eyes as sharp as yours, so I'm able to see truth and hope on the path that I have chosen. Guide my step and give me courage to walk in the circle of my life with honesty and dignity. Spirit Keeper of the South, be with me. Help me to remember to love and feel compassion for all of humanity. Help me to walk my path with joy and love for myself, for others, for the four-legged, the winged ones, the plant nation, and all of the rest of creation upon Grandmother Earth. Show me it is right for me to make decisions with my heart, even if at times my heart becomes hurt. Help me to grow and nurture myself in every way. Spirit Keeper of the West, be with me. Bring healing to the people that I love and to myself and to ourselves. Bring into balance the physical, the mental, and spiritual, so I'm able to know my place on this earth, in life and in death. Heal my body, heal my mind, and bring light, joy, and awareness to my spirit. Spirit Keeper of the North, be with me. As each day passes, help me to surrender with grace the things of my youth. Help me to listen to the quiet and find serenity and comfort in the silences as they become longer. Give me wisdom so I'm able to make wise choices in all the things which you put in front of me. And when time for the change of worlds has come, let me go peacefully, without regrets to the things I neglected to do as I walked along my path. Mother Earth, thank you for your beauty and for all the gifts that you've given to us. Remind us to never to take from you more than we need, and remind us to always give more than we take. And honey, let it be so.
So, we'll just do the lift you up round dance. Because it sounds like we all need some lifting up.
Thank you, you all. I don't know what to say. That was absolutely beautiful. I could hear everyone singing. I may have heard some others singing in the background too.
That's our reverb. That's the reverb.
All right. Joe Lopez.
If you guys could just give me a moment, like just kind of
Sure.
run through some of the stuff, I'm gonna recalculate.
Uncle Casey,
Yes.
while Umpetitdaka prepares, yesterday her and I had an opportunity to visit the Wachoni camp, and she put out a really good word for Good Medicine Way. And I just want to let everyone know, I tell you what, she was the shining star, just like her name, because she gave them an earful that they never heard before. And it was just nice to have her there. And I just want her to know that I know she's having a struggle tonight, but man, I saw her in a way I never saw her before.
Oh, very good. Hopefully she's getting connected well here.
You mean my kitty? Yeah, she's saying feed me and come to bed. That's her message.
That's right. Umpetitdaka, we'll go on to Joe Lopez and until you get connected again. Joe, you'd like to take it?
Yeah. Oh man, I hope she can hear me because I was gonna ask her how the traffic was out there on the highway. That's my joke for the day, I guess.
It was crazy. Just getting
Hey.
dangerous in the backwoods. Hey, it feels like I was in
Oh,
the backwoods.
so next time I'm going down the 40, I'm gonna stop at the Loves you own right there, right?
Hey, oh,
You're,
that's where I should go, but that's like an hour.
yeah, you got to
Just
put
kidding.
some casino stuff in there so you can make some extra cash on the side.
Hey, I'm gonna go buy some of those arcade machines. Just kidding.
Well, me and my cousins will come by. You can sell everyone their radios back.
Oh my God, sorry, you had me laughing.
That's good. That's good. You're supposed to laugh. It's funny. All right. Creation insights. No, you know, I was thinking of a time where I was watching um, a hummingbird flying, looking for his meal, and he stopped right in front of me and he landed on top of a chain link fence. And he just kind of it was just me and him in a parking lot kind of thing. And they're intense, right? Like if you actually, they're intense little guys. So, but then I noticed that like on top of the chain link fence, there's like this twist and there's this shape, right? And there's lots of them. There's, it just kind of keeps going. And then like my brain saw it in a different way. And I was like, whoa, that's so cool. Like it's a giant hummingbird sitting on top of like 50 teepees. And so that's my little buddy who put the world in perspective for me, who came and visited. And I was having a hard time that time too. So I guess I just encourage all of us, like, creative spirit. He's looking for us. He's looking out for us. He's and he speaks through our other relatives, our plant relatives, our animal relatives. And so that's my commercial for Umpetitdaka's Love Station out on the 40. If you're ever in town, you should stop by, get a cup of coffee, and I'll let it move on. So anyway, love you guys.
Oh, that was a great one, Joe. You had me cracking up. Thank you, thank you. Yes, we are live outside of a Love's. Let's pretend that it's back in Cheyenne country, and it's just where I need to stay. I can't come up here. Just kidding. But yes, okay. So the next thing is which one? Some songs. Or should we do some songs? Is that what the next thing?
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
good.
on the Creator's Prayer.
All right. Yes. Now I found my paperwork. Okay.
All right.
I'm getting there.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Leah McCoo had a last minute thing that she had to do also. So she won't, normally this would be a week when we would do like the sign language more focused. But since Leah's not here, we'll read through the prayer together and we'll do the sign language as best as we can on the fly. So let me get the words up. And let's see, I move things around. So, here we go. All right. All right, so I think, we'll all remember different bits with the sign language, so hopefully between all of us, we'll have the full sign language.
Partials here and there.
Yeah. Kind of, it's kind of like how, how when we try to understand Creator and our in relationship with Creator, we all have our own little perspectives that are our like unique view of Creator. And so when we all work together, we get a bigger picture of Creator. So
Everyone has a bit.
so yeah, so we're going to be doing the same thing with the sign language for this. So we'll all bring our own little bits and then we'll get the full picture all together. All right, so Creator Sets Free shows us how to pray. Oh, great Spirit, our Father from above, we honor your name as sacred and holy. Bring your good road to us, where the beauty of your ways in the spirit world above is reflected in the earth below. Provide for us day by day the elk, the buffalo, the salmon, the corn, the squash, and the wild rice. All the things we need for each day. Release us from the things we have done wrong. In the same way, we release others who have done wrong to us. Guide us away from the things that tempt us to stray from your good road, and set us free from the evil one and his worthless ways. Aho, may it be so.
Yeah, I think between us all, we probably we got some.
All right. And with that, turn it over to you, Leah, for the smoke signals.
Alrighty. Smoke signals that I would like to give are to invite all the ladies to our women's book discussion Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. We're just about finishing up with Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. But if you've ever been curious about it, want to just check it out, what is all this fuss about? Please, ladies, are welcome to come. You come to the Good Medicine Way Facebook group. At the top left, you click on Browse and then Events, and that will be there. And yep, that's the book there, Braiding Sweetgrass. And there's another book discussion going on.
That's right. We got this one here, Pagan Christianity. We started it. We're going to chapter 1 now. And little by little, a lot of good discussion. And now we're getting into some heavy things. And at one point in there that we had to read together, it says here on page 7, warning, if you're unwilling to have your Christianity seriously examined, do not read beyond this page. Give this book to Goodwill immediately. Spare yourself the trouble of having your Christian life turned upside down. So, yeah, it gets an idea of what we're getting into here. So we're hoping, having fun with it. So that's on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock. And same way the link is on the Facebook page.
All right, and if anyone else has any other things you want everyone to know about, any smoke signals, you can put them in the chats here, and we'll try to observe those and get to those, announce them.
Yeah, we'll just share the announcement. Yes, as we heard from the very beginning, we're going to be moving to Mesa View United Methodist Church on the west side of Albuquerque, and a very nice facility. Be our third move. So Brian says here, maybe a third time's a charm. Things will start working. When we did move here, we thought the campus was really going to be a connection for us and a growth part, but it really hasn't. But I think it has something to do with this old building that we're in here too. So we're going to be going to another part of town with a lot of housing and a community college real close, a Native American college real close to us there. So that's happening in the next couple of weeks here.
All right. Looks like there's no other smoke signals here, so we can move on to the giveaways. So if you'd like to financially give to the work of Good Medicine Way, we will put a QR code blanket up on the screen when we're singing this next song here. You can take a picture of it and donate that way, or you can go to the Good Medicine Way Facebook group, and at the top there's a logo to click on to donate through PayPal or another card. You could Facebook message me, Leah Grover, if you have another way you'd like to give to the work of Good Medicine Way.
Yeah, and the PayPal link through our Facebook thing, it just routes the payment through PayPal to us. You don't have to have PayPal to use it. So if you're not on PayPal, that's fine. You'll still be able to do it that way.
With card of plastic. All right. Well, here we go.
Okay. So let me put our blanket up, and then this next song, I think God was really doing some pre-preparation that we were totally unaware of, because Umpetitdaka just really had this one song on her heart and asked us to see if we could work it out, and it's a song that it was featured in Reservation Dogs in an episode where one of the main characters lost a matriarch in her family, and the episode was just kind of her figuring out how to process that loss. How does she maintain connection with that matriarch as that person moves on to the spirit realm, how the community comes together to support each other. So yeah, it was very appropriate for tonight in ways that we did not know at the time. But so yeah, so here's a song called Look at What the Light Did Now.
I hear it like a bounce upon a pico. Look at what the light did now. I bury it like a bounce upon the pico. Look at what the light did now. Land and water and bird up bestow. Look at what the light did now. Shining a bell. it's the taste I taste till it's tasted. Look at what the light did now. Bonnie like a boast that burly beaming. Look at what the light did now. I got it like a ghost that girly gleaming. Look at what the light did now. Oh, look at what the light did now. Look at what the light did now. Look at what the light did now. Like a dead tree that's dry and healing. Look at what the light did now. Oh, playing on me with grief and grieving. Look at what the light did now. I went finally fall to pieces. Look at what the light did now. Oh, meet soon as nephews, nieces. Look at what the light did now. 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 Look at what the light did now.
Very nice.
Yeah, that was absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Grovers, and everyone that is there. Thank you for learning that song. Eh? I hope you all were thinking of Res Dogs when you were listening to that. Eh? Res Dogs is life. Catfish is life. Just kidding. Oh my gosh. All right. Go ahead. Somebody introduce me. Just kidding.
Oh, that's true.
Is that what
And
we're
then-
getting to, or what? I think
Oh,
that
that's
was
true.
it, right? Or was
Oh.
there more? Was there more? I'm sorry. I'm so back.
No, we just have the scripture reading, and then you'll be up. Did you want to do the scripture reading yourself, or did you want one of us to do it?
If you all could do that, because right now I'm trying to find a better spot to be.
FMV. Oh,
Sure.
Yeah, you got the
Yeah.
FMV. You can do that
All right.
first.
So whoever got an FNV and is the first one to 1 Timothy 6, 11 through 16.
Okay, who gets it first? You win.
Is that Old or New Testament? First Timothy
6,
6, 11 through
11 to
16.
16.
All right.
Looks like Casey's the winner.
And the winner, chicken dinner. All right. Fight the good fight of trusting. But you, O man, who follow the Great Spirit, run away from these things and pursue doing what is right, living in a sacred way, trusting, loving, never giving up, and walking softly and in a humble manner. Fight the good fight of trusting Creator. Get a firm hold on the life of the world to come that never fades away, full of beauty and harmony. The Great Spirit called you to this life when you said yes to Him and made it known before many people that you had chosen to walk the good road what Creator sets free. To 16? Yep.
Yep.
As you stand before the Great Spirit who gives life to all things, and before Creator sets free, the Chosen One, who told the truth in a good way when he stood before Spirit of the sacred water, I call on you to follow through with this way of life to which he has called you. Keep walking a path that no one can find fault with until the day comes when our honored chief, Creator sets free, will appear.
All right. I can introduce Umpetitdaka.
All right, thank you.
Would you like me to introduce you? Whoa,
Sorry, I think I'm cutting out.
here we go. All right. Can I introduce you? Well,
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and introduce her. And then, so Umpetitdaka Monroe is has been a friend of Good Medicine Ways for a few years now. Since we got our start, really it's been such a silver lining of a cloud, COVID making us go virtual. And that's how we met several of you, really. It's just made so many of meeting all of you guys possible. And so that's how we got to know Umpetitdaka. And she's also known people with InterVarsity, Native InterVarsity, and with Jesus Eat Fry Bread. So we've got a few of those different, overlapping groups in common. But yeah, she's been coming to Good Medicine Way for a few years now, and a wonderful Native follower of Creator Sets Free who loves her culture and loves Jesus, and she's been a blessing to get to know here. And so I give you all Umpetitdaka.
Can you all hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to ask Rashawn, my bro Sean, I'd like to ask bro Sean to also say a few words. And after him, I would like Eshe to maybe say a few words. And for like a few other people, I'll get down the line. But I'd like to hear a little bit on how they know me and like how they would introduce me to like their friends, So yeah, let's do that.
All right. You're up, Rashawn.
All right. Hello, everybody. Yeah, I just wanted to introduce Kelsey Umpetitdaka. When I got to meet her, it was in college, and I didn't really got to really get to know her when I was involved with Native University as a student. I would see her a couple times, but I think how I got to be able to like really know her was when I asked her, since she was going to San Juan College at that time. I asked her if she can help me start a Native University at San Juan College, and she really helped me a lot, and I think I got to be able to know her more and just know more about like the family that Creator was giving her, and just to be able to understand more about like where she comes from, and it's an honor to be able to just to continue working and walking with Kelsey along the good road. and yeah. So I feel like I see Kelsey as a good friend, and she's definitely a strong believer of Creator Sets Free. So I'm glad that Kelsey got to ask me to share some words.
Thank you, Roshan. That was very kind. Thank you. I don't even know what to say. That was amazing. Okay, I'd like to call on Eshe next to say a few words about how he knows me and would introduce me to some of his friends.
And you put me on the spot. This just so everybody knows, this was not part of the plan, but it clearly was part of Umpetitdaka's plan, which is awesome. So that she planned that. But yes, I wouldn't do it just for anybody, but I will do it for you. So I've known Umpetitdaka as well through Good Medicine Way. We met initially. I think I've been part of this for close to a year or two now, maybe a little over a year. But I've been kind of following, well, it's not about me, but following this contextual path for a while. So that's kind of how we met initially. And then when was it, this past summer in Umpetitdaka that we got to meet in person, Kelsey?
Yes, that was awesome. Yeah, it was just like you were there. He was like, "What? Hey, that was cool. You and your cousins, right? I think, and your wife. Yes.
Yeah, I had my
It
wife with me. Yep. So my wife was with me, and then I think we had our brother with us. So we were there for a funeral. It was in the spring. Yeah, it was in the spring. We were there for a funeral. And so we're like, well, let's go visit Umpetitdaka and her family. So we decided to stop in Oklahoma City and go see her and her family and get to meet her daughter in person. And it was just and her hubby. And it was just a really cool experience just to be able to see another Native person who is on fire for Creator and Creator Sets Free, and to see like how that relates to being who we are, like being fully who we are as a Native person and alive with our life ways, and being able to follow that road in a good way, and to follow Jesus through that way. And so yeah, I can faithfully say that Umpetitdaka has kind of shown me, not so much with words but more with actions, what that looks like. And so it's kind of like what Paul says, follow me as I follow Jesus. So I can faithfully say that Kelsey is a very genuine and real human being, and I think we all should aspire to be more like her. So yeah.
Thank you, Aho brother. That was very good medicine there too. But yeah, we made them beef stew and just kind of, welcome here. It was awesome to actually meet him and his family in person. It was a beautiful time. But yeah. All right. Next, I'd like to call on Joe. Joe, if you could say just like a few words of how you would introduce me to some of your friends, like, yeah.
It depends on what friends you're talking about. But yeah, this is
How do you know me? How do you know me? How would you describe me to somebody? Just anybody.
this is Umpetitdaka, and I know her through Good Medicine Way, and I did get to visit her last fall. She was she was part of my son's first deer hunt, and if he would have gotten a deer, he would have been and donated it to her family. And so maybe she doesn't know that, but I used her to do teachings with my son. But yeah, she's A fantastic person. From what I know of her, she's steeped in her culture, and she's a mom and loves her kids, and she's a wife and loves her husband, and I get to harass her on Wednesdays through a text, so that's always fun.
Yep. It's always a fun time. It always leaves me laughing, just like earlier. Just kidding. Yeah, so I would like, don't worry, ladies, you will have a chance to speak as well. I do have a few in mind that I would like to hear from. But I would like to call on Pastor Casey. I'd like to hear what he would have to share about how he would describe me to someone. Yeah.
Honored to. Umpetitdaka came into our world here, not very outspoken at the very beginning. Kind of spent some time kind of checking us out and seeing how we were and what we were about, and kind of quiet. And then it's kind of like when you get to know somebody, and then pretty soon you can't turn them off. She has just been a joy to have with us. She has this infectious laughter that just pops out of her all the time, and it's good to have that joy that she has. A creator sets free in her, just bubbles to the surface and comes out in her little laughter, and it just makes me smile when I hear that and just enjoy it. She has been very willing to be a part of Good Medicine Way and has stepped up many different times in different areas of our order of worship and been able to share. She has taken over doing the emceeing that I do most of the time. And Brian said it today because you said, I want to do the program like Casey does. And he said that is quite an honor when somebody, how did you say it, Brian?
It's the old adage that imitation is the highest form of flattery.
Yeah, so there you go. I was really flattered that you want to be, I try to set a good example. And I pray that you see an example in me that can be shared and you can follow it. And being a part of Good Medicine Way is just, you've just grown from the time that we've known you until now. You're doing this introduction time with different people. This is you're on stage now. And I pray that you will use this for the Lord's benefit and guide you in whatever He leads you in. And this is our good friend. I call her my little one when when she has needs and she has prayers. That I say, take care of this little one. So this is Umpetitdaka, my little one.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Uncle. There's so many words to be said, and I'm just thankful for what you get to share. Keep feeling the honor upon me. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and call on Diane Melton. I'd like to hear from you. And how would you describe me to someone that you talk to or something? Yeah.
Well, first of all, I'm having a hard time understanding. You keep breaking up, but I think you said, how would I describe you to someone else who has never met you? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, like AJ said, on the spot. Thank you, Umpetitdaka, since I'm so poor at this. I have gotten to know Umpetitdaka, first of all, through Good Medicine Way. And gosh, I can ditto everything that everybody said. She has a smile that I'm sure lights up a room because it lights up the screen every Monday night. She just has a smile that goes on, and a personality that just won't quit. You can feel her love all the time when she speaks. And I have to be sure I get this in here. Umpetitdaka with her children. We watched her when she was still pregnant with the little one. And now that he's born, and we watched her even before he was born with her daughter, and just maybe it's because I never had children, but it's just been such a joy to watch a mother who loves her children so much and is able to deal with all of what we're doing here and yet keep the two of them going and happy and watching them. And there's like a circus going on in the room she's in, and yet everything's fine, and she's with it, and she's smiling, and she's laughing. And then I feel like I got to know Kelsey a little bit more as when I was doing what she has now taken over for me as far as scheduling our Monday evenings. When I was doing that, she was one of several who I could always depend on. I knew even if I had to text her last minute, can you do this on Monday night? Oh yeah, sure, I can do that. I don't think she ever had to say no. And I know it was because she wanted so much to be here and to be a part of this group and everything that's going on here. And I was so glad when she took over the scheduling, because I told her in a text, you are perfect for that. You have the personality, you have the, I don't know, whatever it takes that I don't have to accomplish that scheduling. And I am blessed to know you, Umpetitdaka. Truly blessed. And I hope I didn't talk in circles.
Hey, thank you, Diane. That was very, very, very beautiful. But I do want to say it takes two, because my husband is always helping me behind the scenes.
He's definitely behind the scenes.
Yeah, and one's in the back. Yeah, one that takes care of everything else, and the other one just has to be like, I'm right here. Just kidding. I can't be anywhere without my partner. Hey, I wouldn't be able to do this without my partner. So.
Oh, for sure. And we always have to give them the credit that is due them, that you are right. Again, Umpetitdaka doing the right thing. Say more. Need we say more?
But yeah, okay. Thank you very much, Diane. I'd like to pass it on to Donna Anderson. You're the next one on my list. Hey, go ahead and take it away. Hey, how do you say what you need to say?
Well, honey, I've gotten to meet you and know you through Good Medicine Way and all my brothers and sisters here, and I'm so grateful. But Umpetitdaka, when I think of you, honey, I see a mighty woman of God. I see a warrior of light whose joy is her strength. You encourage us. You inspire me that if you can juggle everything like you do and still stay faithful, another quality, faithfulness, always pushing, going forward. And that's a warrior, honey. And that's what you are, a warrior of light. And your light shines on all of us. And it just, and like the example of tonight, breaking through, this darkness that was trying to just creep and contain all of us, but just staying with it and pushing through. And now here we sit in the glow of all this good medicine and with one another. And you encourage me to try and fight a little bit harder of the things that I'm encountering that are keeping me from not being consistent. And it makes me hungry watching you, to emulate you, to try a little harder, to get more tech savvy, overcome these little aging, health issues, you know, and because I want to be, you make me want to be in the midst of all this and with this family. And you're so faithful, and I'm so grateful for that. And I just love you, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to share that.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Donna. Thank you. I am currently I'm heading down I-35 right now. So this is a new thing that I wanted to try. So, I will go ahead and hand it off to Helen Wright. Helen Wright. Go ahead and say a little bit.
Well, I think everybody said all this good stuff, and I've noticed it too. I've seen a lot of good things that you've done. I remember, I think the biggest thing is when we had the remembrance dinner, and your daughter wasn't sure what the lines were and how calm you stayed and how you just guided her through. When I've seen mothers who would get angry, blow their top, burst into tears, consider it a thing of shame, and you just built this bridge of trust that she knows that her mom really has her back, and that this is a learning experience for all of us. It's not a performance. And I was very moved by that. I felt especially moved to know that even now that you're mourning, you're hurting, and you still came and shared with us just as you are. No big act. And you know that we're going to love you and be with you through that just as you are. I haven't known you as long as some of these people, but I have been observing, and I can echo what they've said and what they've seen. So I'm very pleased, even if I only get to know you by Zoom, I feel very blessed.
Thank you. Thank you, Helen. You always have great words to share too, and great insights. Yes. Again, hey, if it wasn't for my partner, I don't think I'd be so calm. My partner and creator, because creator gave him to me. Creator gave him to me. So I'm just tonight is kind of like an honoring moment, I suppose. I had a very nice plan set up, but like I said, it fell through, and that's totally, it happens, especially when it comes to people walking on into the next world, you know. So, okay, so the next person I would like to call on is Heavenly Call just a few words.
Oh my. I suppose I don't know what to say. I know you through Zoom, and that's not necessarily adequate enough for how I feel about you, if that makes sense. I think if I could think of 3 words in honor of like you, and also the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, and how you emulate him, I would say you're reckless, you're relentless, and you're empowered. And that's inspiring. I think you don't give up. And I think you're authentic. And I think those are things people can't take from you. So that's something honorable.
Hey, I loved it. I was over here getting all hyped up. Just kidding. But yes, I love that. It's 3 words. That's amazing. Yeah, I just want to thank you for your sharing. You had me laughing hard. Just kidding. All right. Let's see. I'd like to call on. Let's go ahead and call on Karen. Karen. I know we haven't known each other very long, but I'd like to get your impression of me. Yeah.
Hasn't been really long, but your impression was very impressive. I will always treasure in my heart the first night I was on with you all and you cried with me. I saw your beautiful, tender heart, and I see it again tonight. You have a heart that feels the pain of others, and it's very beautiful. And it can be very deeply used by Creator. And that comes out with your love for your children and your husband, and the love for others on this Zoom together. I treasure your beautiful heart.
Thank you, Aho. Thank you for those very nice and sincere words. It's very good medicine as well. Hey, all right. I believe that the last person for right now that I will call on is let's see, Monique. Monique. Monique.
Hello. I know you through Zoom, through here on Good Medicine Way. I don't know you very well. But the reason I came on tonight was because I noticed that you were going to be centered today. So I thought I would pop in and get to know you a little bit better, because I do sense, like the others have said, your wonderful spirit and your get it doneness and not giving up type stuff. So I just wanted to get to know you a bit better. So thank you for calling on me and giving me that opportunity to let you know that I am very inspired as well by your presence here and your relationship with Creator and your work here. So, and your words. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so the reason that I kind of wanted to do it this way, not only because I'm driving right now, but because I'm trying to get home. Right? I'm trying to get back to my family, trying to get back to my kids, back to my home, my place where it's sacred, my safety blanket. Just kidding. But anyway, okay, so I had this long, eloquent speech prepared with like very well thought out words, right? Unfortunately, I cannot read and drive, so we're gonna go through this from what I can remember of what I had written down. Okay, so tonight we were going to be on the homelands of the Pawnee, but right now I'm following somewhere along the Chisholm Trail, parallel to the Chisholm Trail, going down I-35. I-35. Just kidding. Sorry, my whole world is based around reservation dogs right now. So, so while we are here in this space, right, in my vehicle, in the Zoom room, in the Good Medicine Way area, in our homes, while we're all here with our home fires, right? I was thinking about a little bit about the past, right? Because you as just a human being in general, you walk with the past and you walk with the future. You're holding the hands of two different pools of time. So you're always going to be walking with that, no matter what nationality you come from, what race you come from, or anything like that. You're always holding those two hands. And so during my time that I was preparing for this, I started thinking about like what today means to me. Today would have been my mom's 55th birthday. She would have officially become an elder in the Southern Ute Indian tribe, and all of the wonderful things that come along with that. And so in this way, I was wanting to celebrate
like celebrate like sharing a dance, sharing a song. I think I may still share something, but we'll see. We'll see further down the road. But today is her birthday, and so happy heavenly birthday to my mom. My grandma's birthday was October 27th, and this plays a really big role for me, like really important day for me, because this was the day that my grandma was born in 1938. So she was I don't remember how old she was gonna be. I think she was gonna be like 85 maybe or something like that. I don't know, but it holds that very special place for my grandma. But it also holds a very special place for my grandpa, because on that day is the day that my grandpa walked on and danced into the powwow in the sky. We buried him on October 31st last year, and so this time right here meant a lot to me. It was something very special to me, very sacred to me. So I was going to share these things, but then things happen. We roll with it. We keep moving forward. Well, in preparing this time, right, and in preparing and wanting to go ask and see if I could make this special presentation I was going to have tonight happen, I was really scared. I was kind of scared. I mean, initially it came to me in like a dream that I wanted to hold this like a memorial dance, like a honoring dance for them. Because it's been 15 years since my grandma passed away, and 10 years since my mom passed away on December 2nd. So this time of the year is it's kind of especially painful, because I do miss them so much. I miss all of them so much, and I wish that I would have spent more time with each one of them, and not have turned bitter and mean, But anyway, so we'll scoot forward a little bit. But there's a lot of you know that I have danced through many storms. There's many things in these different seasons of life that I've experienced, from even in early childhood. I remember I wrote down that I was another child of like trauma. A traumatic event happened to me when I was a kid. There's been so much healing going on for like the past like 20 something years, I don't know, 30 something years now. But yeah, there's just a lot. There's just a lot that I've experienced. There's also been moments where like as I've told you all before, the last time that I was here, I spoke about the ancestral memory, of like boarding schools still affecting all of us here today, in the modern churches, in today's churches. I was going to speak a little bit more about that as I guess you could say, what I've learned from it. What I've learned from that moment of feeling that was that it wasn't Creator who hurt me. It was another human being. I may have said this before, but like it was just another human being who was grieving, who was just hurting really bad. And I was thinking about that, like that while it had hurt what had happened to me, and while I wanted so desperately to seek revenge in some way, when I let go and let Creator do his thing, hey, when I gave it to Creator and all that good stuff, there has been a certain peace, a real freedom to letting go of negative things in the past, to to leave things where they are and don't pick them back up. There's a freedom to letting go of your burdens and giving it to Creator, because He will give you a true blessing out of what seems like a real bad setback or a real tragic situation. And another thing that I did want to say is that that even throughout all of that, it's been years. It's been at least 3 years since that happened to me. But it still kind of affects me every now and then. And then the situation that I got out of, that very few people know about. You know, where I had to make a choice if I was going to stay put, stay frozen in time, stuck right where I was, or if I was just gonna pick myself up and grab my baby and take off, right? and go live the God-given life, the one that Creator made specially for me. You know, like there was that time where I was uncertain. Like life is definitely full of uncertainties, and as you grow older, you start to see them more. You know, right now I'm like somewhere towards the middle of life. You know, I'm getting to be a mature adult now, not a young adult. But it's a learning process, you know, and when you're trying to heal from things, when you're trying to heal from all these terrible wounds that others have inflicted on you, that other human beings that were hurt are also inflicting on other hurt people, you know. The important thing to know about that, to heal from all of that, and from all of the things that happened in the past to our ancestors, the suffering that they went through, the suffering to keep us here, to make sure that we had a chance to be here. That we need to, how do I say it? We need to remember them and honor them with our lives. You know, like living out your dream, living out what Creator has set deep in your heart. You know, that's the main thing too. I'm getting a little bit sidetracked. I'm getting a little bit sidetracked. There was also something else. Okay, so when you're healing, be especially kind on yourself. Be especially kind on the wounds that you've inflicted on yourself too. The things that you played your part in. You know, think about like what Creator, you know, how Creator wants you to heal, right? It's gonna take time. Wounds take a long time to heal. If you guys remember, it was maybe a week or so ago that I was had my wrist wrapped up, just because, you know, I hurt myself. I slipped and hurt myself, but it feels like it took a long time to heal, and that there's still going to be aches and pains. You know, that you're still going to feel that from your healing. That the pain never really goes away. It comes up every now and then. But you got to be extra kind to yourself. You gotta be extra kind to yourself. You gotta forgive yourself for what happened. Forgive yourself for the part that you played in it and how you hurt yourself. I know that sounds kind of weird, right? But these were things that Creator was placing on my heart this past couple weeks, because I've noticed that there's a lot of I think there's a lot of like self-doubt and like being unkind to yourself for like little mistakes that you do in your everyday life, like leaving an orange out, and then all of a sudden there's a bunch of bugs all over it. But anyway, it's just like those little things that you accidentally do, like leaving your car keys in your car, right? But you just got to be real kind with yourself, because you should love yourself above everything. You should love yourself, because it's you. But yeah, so yeah, I think that was the gist of the things that I was wanting to share tonight. I did have like scriptures and stuff like that, but for some reason it was not working for me. But yeah, I just wanted to you know, just wanted to also include our family here, you know, our relatives, our in our relative ship, our kinship, our fellowship, the what was it? The relative ship came to me through Eshe, who is wanting to promote that. Because it's really true. Mitakyo Yasin, we're all related. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to Brian to do a stillness time. And then after that, we'll have our little discussion time. So go ahead and take it away, Brian.
All right, so, I mean, we've had a lot of group discussion the whole time, but if anybody has any questions or comments or clarifications they'd like from the last little bit that Umpetitdaka shared, now would be the time to toss those out.
Or do we want to ask Tamia if she wants us to read that or if she wants herself to read it?
No, I mean, I think it put us out.
Okay.
One thing that I was thinking of was that, and this kind of goes with the main thing you're talking about, but when you were having everybody share about just kind of how they knew you and their perspectives, I did really remember like a lot of that stuff that you were sharing about that when you first came to Good Medicine Way, that you had just come through some really hard things. You were still in the midst of some really hard things. Yeah, you were just like in this really difficult and dark place in a lot of ways. And I think of, just seeing Creator restore you and build you up, and kind of bring you into a new sense of kinship in a healthy way. I thought that was like just a really inspiring process to witness, and I think it's something that can give a lot of hope to people, because we all go through those times, when we're down for whatever reason, and so just having that kind of cloud of witnesses in a way, having those stories of people who've been through the difficulties and have been able to be in balance and harmony with Creator in a way to come out of those. And I thought like a lot of what you were sharing about, not only our own personal struggles, but also the struggles that, come from generational and historical trauma and working with all that. But just that, Creator is faithful to be with us and to walk with us through those things into restoration and harmony. And so, yeah, I think your life is we witnessed that process happening in your life and continuing to happen and growing. So yeah, I thought that really kind of just paralleled what you were talking about in a really good way.
Thank you, Ryan. That was a very beautiful share there. I knew that you would be able to share a little bit of what you were feeling a little later on. So, but
Yeah, I always have my ways to get my words in.
He's got his finger on the, he controls the mute button.
I love the way you shared tonight. We do it this way with the talking stick at my church during prayer time. And a lot of times it turns people off because they can't be that vulnerable with each other, Like right now, the world is kind of on fire and there are babies screaming in places with no food. And like people who are emotionally and spiritually aware of that are not doing okay right now. And being able to come to a space where you can talk to your brothers and sisters and be who you are, where you're at any given moment is like a real blessing. And so I really appreciate the way that you did this tonight. So thank you.
Thank you. I credit this thing here to the Bichoni camp, family camp, the virtual one. Yesterday or the day before was a part of that, and I know Lisa was there. She and I were in the same. We were in the same group. It was awesome. But yeah, learned so much from so many people and kind of have a new idea of something. So let's see if that works out. But yeah, all right, everybody, whoever wants to talk next, go ahead. Hey.
I'd like to ask a question. Do you think that natives have more than average trauma? Because it seems like, and maybe I'm wrong, I'd like to hear everyone's opinion. Seems like when I listen to those who have our Euros, they don't seem to have, maybe it's because they don't feel as deep as we can feel. I'd like somebody's opinion on that.
I'm not going to speak for white people here. I've taught a lot of people from other countries who are refugees. And I used to start classes with tell me about your family. And I remember the worst part was a day when I had a group of refugees and they said they're all dead. They were all killed in the genocide. And like one of the students in the class, we took her to a 4th of July celebration, and the firecrackers reminded her of the gunfire and stuff in Rwanda. So I have met people from other groups, but I think it has to do with the depth, and I think maybe the length of the trauma. Like when you're talking about intergenerational, it's been like 500 years. That's pretty bad. But I mean, I guess I just wanted to add that, yes, I think that natives do, in general, have more depth to it because they've experienced it. But I have met people from other parts of the world who've, like, I had another student who I had to be told that she was forced to watch her husband be hacked to death with machetes. And she never recovered from that. She was always either scared looking scared, or they got her on some medication to calm her down and then she was sleepy, but she was never really with it. But yeah, I think for other people, I've noticed it seems to awaken deeper compassion for others and empathy. But anyway, that's my opinion. I'd be happy to hear another one.
We got one in-house there too.
Yeah, my name's Monique also, but you can call me Nikki. This is my first night here, so I think it's a lot of good energy. I was introduced through this place through a ribbon skirt making workshop, but I wanted to talk about generational trauma really quick because I started therapy about 3 years ago and I still consistently go. And I learned a lot from it. I think one of the things I learned was that my therapist asked me if I knew what generational trauma was, and I had said no because I didn't. She explained to me that a lot of Native Americans, like not just Native Americans, but they carry around the generational trauma from their parents, their grandparents. It's something that's passed down. And we're just more predisposed to depression, anxiety, just things where these were survival tactics for our ancestors. And some of these like traditions got lost in time, where it's like we had to watch our own like, you know, go through hard times because of colonizers, and just we had to come up with many coping mechanisms that were unhealthy, and we passed on to our kids unknowingly, and it took a lot to unlearn it from therapy. But yeah, that's my 2 cents about it.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. I will share a trauma that came through my DNA. When I was a teenager, I would go to watch my brother do long cross-country running. And several of us after the meet were going, somebody suggested we go to the woods that was in the park because it was very pretty. My immediate reaction was, no, we don't go into the woods. There'll be a man who will jump out, he will shoot me, and he will cut me apart and put me in the trees. Now, I had absolutely no current experience or knowing of any trauma of such a thing in my life. I had none. However, when I read the story of my uncle, Great Philip, who was part of the Great King Philip's War, that's exactly what they did to him. And I knew immediately that was a DNA trauma that had come down to me. And until I saw that, you would never get me to walk into a woods unless I knew that woods, because that fear would come up in me. So, I mean, and I never would have dreamed, and it was from my DNA.
I wanted to say something earlier if it's a different topic, but I think the main reason I came here is because there really is just a lot of suffering right now, just across the sea, and it's hard. I think someone had said that, like, you know, anyone that's spiritually just connected or just aware of the collective energy, it's hard. It's really, really hard, and it's harder because I meet other people and everyone just who lives in the US or just doesn't live in the country. There's no way to help them. There really isn't. Like, it's just, I think the hardest part is just being helpless, feeling helpless. And I didn't know how to help. And the best ways that I could think of were like money and things like that. But it's just like that, those things are hard to send over, and they're actively being blocked from the people that need it the most. And it's just upsetting. And I think the main reason I came here was just to get maybe a sense of community a little bit. I think a comfort to talk to others and see if, sometimes it just feels like it's like I'm the only one that feels like this, but I know I can't be, because it does feel collective. And I don't know, I'm not much of a religious person. I do believe in spirit and spiritual aspects because of my grandparents and just these these teachings I grew up with. But I was like, I never had to go to church or anything like that. I was never really part of any organized religion. I actively avoided it, actually. But as a result, I think I never really learned how to pray. And I was hoping that we could, if it wasn't too much to ask, to pray for Palestine, because I think that would make me feel better if I could do it properly and with other people, because I don't like being alone right now, because it just feels horrible.
You're in good company. You're in good company.
It's something, right? We do need to pray for our relatives, yes, wherever they are. The whole world is our relatives. I was thinking a little bit more about the question that was presented, right? Something about if indigenous people are the only ones to feel this deep, real deep traumatic sense, I guess. I don't remember exactly what the words were, but I don't believe that indigenous people are the only ones to feel the deep, deep traumas, because we weren't the first ones. You know, we weren't the first ones to go through that kind of stuff. How else do you think that this whole Western modern society came to be? They had to take down more people than just our indigenous people here on Turtle Island specifically. You know, they're still doing it now. They push people out like in the Bible with the Jews, with the Jewish people. So it's like it's not just us. We're just a part of the second coming. You know, like the first wave was for all those that were right there, right next to whoever decided to colonize everyone. And then other people have done it the same way. So I don't feel that indigenous people are the only ones that experience that awful trauma that's still there. I'm pretty sure there are more people who feel it even fresher than us. We're just part of the waves that came about. So, but yeah, that's just my thought. I'm sorry if that sounded kind of rude or anything, or it may have sounded some way, but we're all in this together, all of us. We're all relatives. We all feel that pain, you know. Yeah. So anyway, go ahead. Next person.
No, I think you're right. I think it may not just be native. It's not just natives, but I was thinking the Palestinians are also fighting colonialism.
Yeah.
And they're fighting a lot of hatred, poverty, desperation. I mean, and I know these are things that I've heard from a lot of my Muslim students for years. They're saying, you think we're so violent, we're so horrible, but what if it's your family and you're the ones who are suffering all this? And yeah. So basically, I guess I'm saying you're right.
There's a woman named Sherry Mitchell, and she shares a video on Facebook called The Sacred Instructions. And she talks about quantum entanglement and how our blood holds memories, and how we all have trauma that we're all carrying in our blood. And it's all like quantum entangled in a way. But it's a really interesting thing to hear her speak about. And she also talks about how generational trauma is something that's very physical, and how you have to be connected to your body so that you can process it better, which is something I'm working on. But that's just something that this generational trauma made me think about.
Memories. Like I have a friend who had to get a liver implant, and when the doctors are explaining the side effects to him, they told him that he may lose some of his memories due to losing his liver, but another thing was that he may experience memories that aren't his own due to the liver that is from someone else. And I thought that was really interesting. And that's apparently like a thing when you have someone else's organs in your system. So it's something to think about while you're taking a shower or something.
Well, I think a lot of traditional wisdom sometimes has been proven to be right. Like I remember hearing at least some indigenous people believe that the trees communicated to each other, and now scientists have finally confirmed they do. So I think, I remember hearing a missionary saying that in some African tribes, the Bible is translated, "Love the Lord your God with all your liver," because they believe that's where all of your soul is. And why shouldn't your memory be there too? So I think if we pool all the indigenous knowledge, then we can learn a lot and restore some of what's been taken.
I'd like to share just a little bit. Laura is working on a grant right now and with a couple of people, and we're going to be hosting in the future a dealing with trauma program here at Good Medicine Way. So that's going to be coming probably after Christmas, where we're working with our coach, really. She's also working with another PhD who are working on a program to the healing of trauma that Native American people have. So that's coming down the road, and we've all been through a training. All of us have been through a training on how to notice it in people, be aware of it, and how we can be a part of that healing process. So maybe Laura, when she comes on next week or so, that she can introduce that, so we can pray about that and make that happen for Good Medicine Way. So.
That sounds like a great opportunity, especially for those of us who are working through that kind of thing. Because we do, hey, we don't let go of the past so easily. Hey, I feel like that's the main thing. But yeah, there is an upside always. That I had an idea, but I forgot it now. It was along the lines of what did they say? It's not easy following creator, but it's definitely worth it. Because I mean, I talk a lot about the past, right? But the future looks even brighter. So like, yeah, don't forget to keep moving forward. Okay? Don't forget to keep moving forward. You can't stay stuck in one place. You gotta keep moving. But yeah, I forgot what else I was gonna say.
Daka, we're losing a lot of our East Coast people here too, so I want to kind of bring things to a close here and move to our song. And I want to give you another opportunity too. So let's put you down on the calendar for another day so that we can, you can get your notes and your paper and everything that you were going to give us. And let's schedule you in for another time when you can work more. I think we all want to hear a little bit more of what you have to say, and that, if that's okay, I'll get with you on that. But
That sounds really great. Sorry, I didn't realize I was
no, it's just if you notice on our screen here, we've dropped about 6 people off who are, like, it's getting late for them back east. So I kind of keep a monitor on that. So thank you for everything that you shared with us tonight, and everybody who shared their experience with Umpetitdaka. And we'll do our closing song. It's a great one. Our good friend Danny Zacharias created this song for us, Good Medicine Way.
And before we do that, I do want to, I think the prodding to pray for the whole situation in the Middle East is a good one. Mm-hmm. So I think I'd like to, before we do the song, just to have a short time of prayer. As we've said many times before here, those situations are complicated, and the sad truth is that you have extremists on both sides of the conflict that are driving the conflict, and you have the innocent people who would probably
thank you.
And then later for everybody else.
who would probably be perfectly happy and willing and able to live at peace with each other, but because of these extremists on either side that are driving the conflict, their lives are thrown into upheaval. I don't want to downplay the terrorists who attacked Israel, but you also can't ignore the fact that the decades of history of Israel not really following the biblical model and how to treat the people that they're living next door to either. So there's issues on both sides, and right now just families and way more children than it ever should be are paying the cost, and it's a horrible situation, and it needs some resolve immediately. So, but I think let's just enter into a little time of prayer. I'll kind of open it and close it, and anybody who feels led to toss something in. But let's just take this matter before Creator, and we know that He knows it more deeply than any of us can individually. Father, Creator, Lord, we do lift up this whole situation in the Middle East and all the violence that's erupted recently. It's been a powder keg for a long time, and a lot of bad decisions on both sides of the conflict, just kind of driving things into a worse situation, and it's just finally erupted into a really horrific chain of events. And we just pray for your grace and your mercy to just wash over that whole region and that situation, and that just in some way the violence and fighting could stop. And we know that there can't be any authentic peace until there's authentic justice and equity and respect for one another. And so we ask that you'd really impress that in the hearts of the people who are in the position to influence those political movements and actions, just so that a resolve could come, and so that we could just put an end to just the killing and suffering that's going on.
I pray that you'd give us all here in this room dreams of being friends with you, Jesus. Creator sets free. You want to be our friends. I pray that you would give all the Palestinians dreams about being friends with Israelites. And I pray you'd give the Israelites all dreams about being friends with Palestinians. In you, Jesus.
Pray for the innocent that are being hurt, Lord. Pray you comfort families of all who've lost loved ones on both sides.
I pray that we take this lesson that we are quantum entangled and lean into it, to take our despair that there's nothing we can do and put it into prayer. Understand that our prayers do affect what happens. Give ourselves completely the spirit which you give us, and call us to allow to act through us, to be that hollow bone that your goodness and peace and harmony can flow into the world, especially these places that are most in need.
I wish for the children in Palestine, I wish that they would float away so that they could stay away from all the danger and come back when it's all over. I just pray for those kids and that they're together with those ones that they love, and I'm really hoping for people that survive and that they're able to heal from this, even though it's a lifelong trauma. I don't-
I pray that the evil one who desires to destroy would be stopped. We just stand against his temptation to the hearts that are being deceived by his whispers of lies and death. I pray that right now that they would be pushed back and that the humanity would see the clearly to be able to love one another again in a powerful way that would be a testimony to your name, Lord. Amen.
Lord, we just lift all of these concerns and feelings and situations up to you. I know for many of us, we don't even know how to pray or what to say. But we still want to stand in solidarity for peace and harmony for Hojo, that would come. And that there would be an end to violence, Lord. And we just ask for your Spirit to move in ways to make that happen, and that and in whatever ways that we hear so far away from the situation, that you would inspire our hearts to know what we can do, and also, help us to continue to walk in harmony with you in the midst of such distressing world events. We ask all this in the name of Creator Sets Free, who truly makes us free. And we just thank you, Creator, that you do care for the world and that you do desire for us all to live in harmony and beauty, even though we don't understand a lot of times the pathway to get there or how we got where we are. But we trust that that is ultimately your desire, that we would be in harmony and beauty with you and all of creation and all of our relatives everywhere of every kind. And we thank you for all this. Amen and aho.
Amen.
Yes, thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you for allowing me to speak tonight and to, just giving me the responsibilities that you're handing off to me. I'm very excited about it. So, but yeah, I just want to thank you guys. But yeah, so I'll just go ahead and let you guys finish. And by the way, I did make it home, so I'm home now.
Trail, huh?
So we just did, I think we did the song last week or 2 weeks ago, but Umpetitdaka wanted to hear it again, so we're going to do it again.
send us off here. Thank you, Lord, for a wonderful evening, as unplanned as it was, and how we tried to fill in the gaps where a plan was made. But we honor those who have lost loved ones and respect their ways. Thank you for Umpetitdaka, for safe travels home, and for her words and everyone's encouragement for her. Thank you for this time that we get together. Thank you for our friends, and thank you for Damien joining us tonight. Yeah, if you didn't know it, Damien Costello is with us tonight and sharing tonight. So, and Nikki, thank you for being here too.
Thanks for having me.
And in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right. See y'all next week. What do we got next week?
Yeah, we'll still be here next week. The colder it gets, we'll probably move over to the other location sooner. Yeah. All right. Thank you all. See you, Karen, Daka, Sean, Carrie. Bye-bye.
Bye, Roshan.